Hello, I'm Mary Bousted, and with Kevin Courtney I'm Joint General Secretary of the National Education Union. Kevin and I are astonished at today's announcement by Gavin Williamson. With warnings from eminent scientists of an imminent catastrophe unless the whole of the UK is locked down, and with more cases in hospitals than ever before, and our NHS facing an enormous crisis, Gavin Williamson is sending pupils and school and college staff back to working environments which are not COVID secure. The government has not, despite being repeatedly asked, published a scientific guidance on the risks involved in school and college reopening. This information is desperately needed, particularly as the new variants of the virus are 50% more transmissible. A period of online working could buy time for the rollout of the vaccine and put in place measures that could keep schools and colleges safer. Uniquely, school and college staff are being required to work in overcrowded buildings with no effective social distancing, no PPE and inadequate ventilation. And we would like Gavin Williamson to explain that if schools and colleges are not centres of transmission, why are school-age pupils now the most infected of all age groups? Why is it that primary children are the second highest infected of all age groups, or that levels of infection amongst secondary pupils have multiplied by 75 times since the start of September, making them the most infected age range? Serious questions also have to be asked about the government's plans for lateral flow testing in secondary schools, in particular about the effectiveness of these tests in identifying COVID infection in young people who are highly likely to be asymptomatic, with the tests being supervised by non-medically trained volunteers. We do not think it likely that these tests alone can make our schools COVID secure, nor protect the communities they serve. We believe that the government's steps will fail, that cases will continue to rise, and the question of school opening will have to be revisited, but in a worse situation than now. So we call again on the government to engage with us and with the suggestions that we have made. We do not believe, as they are currently organised, that schools and colleges are safe enough places for education staff to work, and we demand the following: a review of all risk assessments in the light of the much higher transmission of the new variant. Social distancing of 1 metre between pupils in all schools and colleges to replace the current practice of cohort distancing, which allows whole year groups of up to 180 children to mix without social distancing. Masks to be worn by pupils and staff in secondary school classrooms and colleges. School staff to be made a top priority for vaccination, along with healthcare staff and starting with the most vulnerable. Until vaccinated, clinically extremely vulnerable staff and other high-risk groups to work from home, supporting children who are at home. We will be issuing new guidance to members and asking reps to liaise with head teachers and college managers to follow new guidance and introduce new practices which incorporate these new safety precautions. And we reiterate that even with these steps, we are concerned that cases will continue to rise, making the spread of the virus in our communities more dangerous. We repeat our call on the government to release its scientific advice and monitoring. And we will be holding meetings, Zoom meetings, with members, with reps, with branch officers and with the executive next week. So please do look at your email and make a note of the time and date of these meetings. Thank you.